I'm glad you didn't want me to be lonely.
Does that mean you're going to let me in?
Sorry. If you'd given me a warning, I'd made dinner.
Oh, I didn't give myself any warning. I just kept thinking about what you've been saying at lunch, and I suddenly found myself on Weehawken Street.
I don't usually like surprises, but this is very nice. What did I say at lunch besides admitting that I was lonesome?
Jack, the conversation was only a few hours ago. So you must remember some of it.
Yeah, but I want to know what hit you. I want to know what worked.
Well, your guard was down. I tend to like that. And, you shared your problems with your wife, and they rang a bell.
I thought you'd never been married.
Well, I haven't, but I have been close enough to feel the kind of panic you describe. That sense that some special person is coming along with handcuffs and a pillow over your face. For life.
Listen, I don't have any food here at all. How about a drink?
Bourbon?
Love ya. Oh, on the rocks?
A little water.
Somebody taught this girl right.
I remember these pillows.
Yeah, so do I.
Yeah. Did you know you never showed me your view at night?
That was my loss.
Don't be charming, please.
What happened was, we met at the wrong time.
That's just about what I decided. Thanks. I love this apartment. You know, I imagined the whole place in my head this afternoon. And it's funny because I've only been here once. And it was almost a year ago.
How's it feel, coming back?
Good.
This afternoon, you wouldn't come home with me because you didn't trust me. You thought that I might use you as the other woman to make Mary give me a divorce. How come you changed your mind?
It was the way you opened up. And the way I felt. Just things.
You, trust me now? Not completely, huh?
No.
That's why you, didn't give me any warnings? I couldn't arrange to have Mary drop in on us unexpectedly?
I hope you realize that that came from your head and not mine.
Oh. Don't trust me. It's, probably just as well.
I can't believe it has been almost a year. I feel like we're just continuing a conversation.
Was, one long interruption. But it looks like we're, getting back to where we started.
Well, pretty close to it.
Johnny?
Hey, Dee! I'll be right with you, sweetheart. Good to see you. How are you?
Oh, I missed you.
Well, we miss you, too. Especially at the christening. Look, you mustn't be a stranger, sweetheart. Come by once in a while and see little John.
Yeah, I just find it hard after the way I lost him in the park.
Look, that's ancient history. Did Pat come in with you?
No, he's home. He's asleep. Johnny, something terrible happened over at the hospital. I think we have to help him. Now, I tried to go to bed. I just couldn't sleep because I was too worried, and then Pat wouldn't wake up, so I figured I might as well get dressed and...
No, wait, just a second now. Well, what kind of trouble? Tell me.
Angel Nieves, you know, the little boy who got hit in the head when Bobby was playing ball with him. You took him to the hospital.
Yeah. Well, he had surgery. How's he doing?
Well, Pat was wrong. The surgery was wrong. See, he made a terrible mistake, and now they think that Angel's gonna die. Johnny, I'm so scared for Pat.
You mean the surgery was a mistake?
The surgery shouldn't have been performed at all. There should have been some kind of drug prescribed for meningitis, but by the time Pat figured that out, it's just too late.
Oh, dear God.
So Dr. Bolak took him off the case and sent him home to go to sleep. Johnny, he came into the house and he was just destroyed.
Well, little Angel might get better, right?
He might get better, but things are going to be very bad for Pat unless we help him. See, it wasn't his fault at all. He's so exhausted, he can't even see straight.
Yeah, well, they're all exhausted.
I know the doctor's exhausted, but Pat is more exhausted. It's the hospital's fault because they put him on duty when he should have been home sleeping. Johnny, just say that you'll help him. You can get Frank to fix it.
Frank?
Yeah, I mean, Frank's a city councilman. He can pull a lot of strings.
Wait a second, Dee. There's no strings here, no arrangements. Seems to me it's a matter between Pat
Yeah, it's a matter between Pat and Senator Bolak. You know how he runs neurology? He's strict.
All right, now wait just a second, Dee. Just a second and listen to me. Now, I'm not going to find a solution for Pat, and neither are you. He'll thank us for butting out.
Johnny, we need somebody to help. Somebody who's important, somebody who's got influence. We need Frank.
Well, if Pat needs legal advice...
I'm not
he knows
talking
where
about
Frank
legal
is.
advice.
I know what you're talking about. But Frank needs our support. Pat needs our support, not our interference.
I could talk to Frank myself. I thought he was...
No. You're not going to see him. You're not going to see anybody else. You're going to go straight home.
Oh, no, I'm not. You can't tell me to run along and go home and clean the oven like Maeve does when she's upset, or bake like Kathleen does, or read a book like Mary. I'm going to go help Pat because nobody else in this world will.
Delia, you're going to go straight home. I'm going to call you in half an hour, and I want you to be there when the phone rings.
Okay, you call me and you wake up Pat.
Where are you going, Delia?
So I say to this intern who is so tired that Mary wants him to crawl into my bed, I say, hey, I don't have varicose veins. And he looks at me, and I can see his brain struggling to function, and he says, Mr. Francelli?
No.
Yeah, wrong room, wrong person, wrong operation, and me with my veins charted in indelible green ink up to about,
Oh, that is awful. Makes a wonderful story.
Well, it's just one of many. Sometime I'll tell you about the nurse who shot me full of penicillin because she wanted to see what an allergic reaction looked like.
I read about that in your column. It scared me to death.
Well, it damn near killed me. My brother-in-law hadn't been there.
Which brother-in-law is that?
Frank.
Oh, yes, the councilman. How is the councilman?
Martha, I don't want to talk about him. Any other member of the Ryan family.
You're the one who brought him into the conversation.
Well, then let's just, throw him out. There's just you and me.
You think so?
Well, I don't see anybody else.
Jack, do you realize how many times you've mentioned Mary in the last half hour?
No, I
To say
didn't realize.
nothing of her mother and her brothers and even her father once.
I said that he was stupid.
Uh-huh.
I'm sorry. I won't do it anymore.
I'm sorry you're having so much grief over this separation. I'm sure everybody must think you're crazy sending Mary away when you love her. But I think I know something about that. I did it myself, not too long ago, actually. I felt like I was losing myself. He said we were so close we were like one person. He loved that. I I was terrified.
Except now you don't know how to live without him.
Oh, but I do. I do. I have myself back again. Without him, I'm safe.
When's that gonna happen to me?
Maybe when you let it.
Meaning?
Well, meaning you'll, get to be the old Jack again when you start acting like him. When you just do it. Come on. Show me the lights on the river. I don't want what your wife wants. Nothing like that. I'm not interested in sharing my whole future. But there's tonight. And there's next week. There's good times with no strings attached.
Martha, thanks for saying all the right things.
I mean them. Do they help?
Yeah. Yeah, a lot.
Mary. You wish I were Mary.
Lovely woman. I'm a strange man. You seem to understand that, which is kind of amazing. I'm glad you're here. I like talking to you. And I was miserable before you came.
But
Somehow, Mary's here too.
you mean here?
Yeah. She won't go away. Not ever.
I happen to know an old folk remedy. You want to try it? I bet it's been a long time. You better get it.
Oh, Jack, I was afraid you were out. Please, Jack. Look, I gotta talk to you. I'm sorry, but it's an emergency.
Your whole life is an emergency, Delia. What are you looking at?
Lipstick?
All right, what do you want, huh?
No, you missed a little bit, right over here. It's a very nice shade.
Nice of you to drop by, Delia. Good night.
Huh?
I mean, what are we talking about here, Frank? I mean, what's the legal issue involved? Pat's licensed to practice medicine or what?
Look, that all depends on whether or not Angel lives. If he doesn't live, then Pat gets sued along with the hospital and he faces disastrous consequences in terms of his career. If Angel does live, then we have to worry about the skull surgery or the delay in proper diagnosis and treatment. Pat's gonna have to face up to that too, you know.
Well, the boy could get better, right?
Not off the hook as long as Seneca Bolak is the head of his department.
Well, I know you can say a lot of things against Seneca, but I think he's a fair man to work for. I've always thought he was. I've always heard he...
Look, I had a conversation with him this morning, and he certainly didn't sound very fair. The way he feels about me, I just wonder if he can be fair to my brother.
You've already checked Pat's situation out with him, huh?
Yeah, and after 5 minutes, I wanted to hit him.
Oh,
look, it
Frank.
all started about Pat, and then it ends up about Jill. No matter what I talk about with this man, it ends up about Jill. Anyway, he said that Pat would get an official hospital reprimand at the very least. Now, that's much worse than it sounds, he assured me. In general, look, I just didn't like his attitude.
Frank, can I ask you a question? You don't have to answer me if you don't want to. Are you starting to get over Jill?
Well, yeah. You know, I'm trying, and as the time passes... No, Da, I haven't got over her. I still love her. I still get that dumb schoolboy reaction whenever she walks into a room. My heart starts pounding. I want to grin a lot. I lose track of what I'm saying. It's really rather pathetic.
Does she know?
No. Matter of fact, I was quite cold with her this morning when she came to see me. It seems about the only way that I can handle the situation.
Well, look, I mean, if you're going to be helping Pat, seems to me you're going to be working with her a lot more. I mean, she's the hospital attorney, after all.
Yeah, just a few phone calls, not much. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, well, I'll be right back.
Okay.
Not her, Delia. The name is Martha McKee. Martha, you've met Delia Ryan?
I don't think we've ever been officially introduced, but how do you do?
You ruined my husband's race for Congress. You wrote that story. You humiliated me in public. I don't want to talk to you. Jack, as far as I'm concerned, I don't even see her over there, okay? But I would like to talk to you, so would you please let me in? Thank you. Okay, Pat made a terrible mistake over at the hospital. See, he hadn't slept for hours, and he made the wrong decision in the case of this 12-year-old patient. It seems that he should have ordered some kind of drug for meningitis. Instead, he had them perform an operation. And now they're treating him, and they think he might die. And Pat doesn't...
Where is he?
They sent him off the case, and he came home, and he went to sleep. And he doesn't even know that I'm here.
I knew it. I knew it was bound to happen. And Pat on duty on those poor...
Okay. Jack, that's why I came straight to you. It doesn't matter what's happening between you and Mary. You don't hate Pat, right? And you got a lot of influence.
Not with the guys at the hospital. Those guys detest me.
Okay, but in your column, right? Everybody reads the newspaper. They all read your column. You want to write about it, right?
Yeah, sure I do. If Pat gives me an okay, then
Okay,
maybe
you don't need his okay. I give you total permission. I know all the details. His name is Angel Nieves. He's 12 years old. His sister is Alicia. She's a close friend of mine. The whole thing started because
Just hold it right there. First of all, I'm not writing anything tonight. Second of all, that's just your version. Now, I'm gonna need considerably more than that to do a column.
Why?
Because that's the way the news business is, Delia. You do research. You gotta talk to everybody involved in it as much as possible.
Jack, they want to hear your opinion. Jack Finelli's opinion. Am I right about that?
An informed opinion. I'm not interested in a shouting match. Well, thanks for telling me. I'll definitely look into it.
You don't care anything about Pat.
I like Pat. I feel sorry for Pat. For a couple of reasons.
Okay, Finelli, you don't have to be nice to me. But can't you do something for your brother-in-law? You could write about the awful hours the interns have to put in at Riverside Hospital. You could say that this is the story of a doctor who made an honest mistake, and his whole life might be ruined by this because the hospital made him work so long that he got tired, and that made him get sick. Now, that's exactly what Patty told me.
It was all the hospital's fault.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, Pat, I'll call him in the morning. But I can't use my column just to stick up for a relative who's in trouble.
Yeah, but you would use your column to get someone into trouble. Now, you wrote that story about the hospital, you quoted Pat, you never got his okay, and he's been through hell because of that.
I told him that I was sorry for that.
Okay, Jack, then why don't you just put it in print? Why don't you just show him? Okay, maybe Angel will live and he'll be okay, but then the hospital has to decide what they're going to do about Pat. So in the column, if you write that you're on his side, a lot of other people who read the newspaper will be on your side also, and then the hospital will have to do...
Wouldn't be worth a damn, Delia. Just be Finelli. Doing a good turn for his brother-in-law. Wouldn't cut any ice. Not with anybody who's got half a mind, at least.
I hope Mary divorces you real fast.
So do I.
And I hope your beautiful daughter never gets to see what you're really like.
So long, Delia.
Oh, I'll be glad to go. Martha, before you get started again, why don't you take off the rest of your lipstick?
Oh, my, the Ryans do hang on.
Or do they? I'm sorry that you had to put up with that. Well, we're